Okay, so I'm gonna make a tutorial here. It's basically like a learning tutorial. I haven't done any runs of this myself, but I learned through it. I made save states for it. I can kind of explain it from a beginner standpoint for anyone who's, you know, trying to get into this game. I'm doing this for RGR here for you guys. I figured this could be helpful for anybody trying to pick this game up. I'm not gonna be able to talk to you about like the run and you know, certain points to watch out for. It's basically just gonna be like a level by level kind of thing of what I've learned. Just kind of messing around with it. So the timer starts when you press start here. So here is your character. When you pause the menu, you got all these different items here. So the freeze will only use once, it appears. We'll never use the shield. The ball will be used on 2 of the bosses, but that's pretty much it. Fire can be used, looks like in one of the first boss here. Normal will be used a couple times, but most of the time you're going to be using this broom. The broom is your main source of movement. It'll set up some of the zips here as well, because you can shoot with the broom out too. So you're going to be using the broom the most. So I'm just going to get right into it. I'm just going to explain as it goes. So when you start the run, you switch right to the broom. There'll be 2 enemies here. Just kind of mash them down. There's also this mechanic where, you know, you can do like quick, kind of do something like that. And it moves you a little faster. So, from what I've seen in the runs anyways, you want to kind of do that like that, right before the screen transitions. You want to use it here too to get past there without getting hit. I also, if you're playing on EverDrive, I recommend to remap your save states to up and start and down and start. There we go. Because you're going to be using the select button a lot too, so that's what I did. So that's how the first 2 screens will look. Let me show that one more time, that broom skip there. I can show you some other things to do. I did make save states for this, so if anyone's interested, you can check out the RGR Discord or just ask me, I can send them to you. So first screen's easy, just mash all these guys down. If you time it right, you can get that broom there too. Alright, let's make a save here. So 2 ways across here would be, you do this quick broom at the bottom, you kind of just do something like that to get past there without getting hit. Let's do that again. Once you get it down, you know, it takes a little bit to get used to. Seems like you want to land at the back of the broom. Get the most speed. You want to hit it right when you land too. Just like that. If you shoot too early, you know, you're gonna get the broom way up here. Until you land, try to land at the back of the broom. And you should be able to run right past there. If you're having trouble with that, you can also come right up to it, about here, and then time it out to just jump right through. It's a lot slower if you're having trouble, but this little broom skip here isn't really that difficult. You take just a few tries to get used to it. So wait till you land, use the back of the broom, and you go through. Okay, the other thing, you start your vertical velocity starts right away, so you don't have to jump through the screen transitions like in a Mega Man game, for instance. You can just walk right over those, or walk under them. Okay, this screen, you want to just hop over this guy, mash this guy down. I'm going to try to shoot it a little bit earlier too, because you're going to use the broom at the top. You can only have one broom out at a time. So you're going to do something like that. Ideally, at the top of that jump, you do something like that so you can just keep going. Alright. Gets a little screwed with the save states. Okay, so this section, you want to just jump up and then shoot a broom like that. Okay, so another thing I do want to point out, though, is you don't have a fixed jump height, but as soon as you shoot, you lose all of your upward momentum. It doesn't matter so much if you shoot at the peak of your jump, because then it's all the same, but if you shoot like, you can't like shoot on the way up. Just be careful of that. So here, I still haven't figured out the best way to do this yet. Probably want to, yeah, something like that. You don't want to do a full jump there because you're going to hit the enemy. A big enough jump to where you can shoot and still land on the next platform. Just like that. That's pretty good. Okay, next screen. There's a couple ways to do this. I think the easiest way is just to take damage here. And just keep going. There's other ways around it, but that's the easiest way to do it. This screen here, you want to try to land, kill that guy. Okay. This screen's a little difficult. Alright, so land, kill that guy. Okay, this screen, just shoot over this guy. Now for these guys, if you stand far enough away and duck, you can just mash them down without taking the damage. It's a little slower that way, but you want to save your health here. So just like that. This section, jump over this guy, shoot a broom. Whoops. Uh-oh. See, sometimes the broom can be a little screwy too. If you jump through it the wrong way, it'll disappear. Sometimes you can catch it high enough if you jump on it the right way. Just be careful. So, again here, jump over the first enemy and try to place your broom to where you can jump on it. Yeah, that was good. It's probably a little too far away. It's safe that way. Then you want to just get high enough to where you can just go over. And that's the end of the first level there. You might section these out for each round. We'll do like a round 1, round 2, round 3, round 4. So they all have their own things you want to kind of explain. And I don't want to make this too long, because I'm not going to edit it out. I'm just going to do one take. So here again, jump. I think you can get this to where you don't have to go up. You kind of want to jump around it. If you jump through it, that was almost good. Then it seems to disappear, but if you jump around it, it seems to work just fine. It's tough. It takes a little bit to get used to the mechanics of it. I mean, the safe way to do it is to just shoot it low enough. Alright, that was good. That was pretty good. So that's the end of the first round, round 1-1. Next is round 2, or 1-2. Pretty much at the beginning of every round, you wanna bust out the broom. Unless otherwise, I'll explain that. So the way these save states work, there's tutorials for how these work on EverDrive, but basically, you'll select only the ROM, and then you will file to SRAM whatever state you want to load, and then just push start. Great thing about this method, and just a real quick explanation on how these work, is that I can update this save state as much as I want. So I can save it here. So now every time, so I can do, you can practice the whole level, you can save it at different spots, but then when I reset it, file to SRAM again, the same state that we were just on, because I'm not overriding that original save. So then it'll just go back to the beginning one. Okay, so 1-2, you want to switch to the broom. Shoot a broom like that, do a full jump over these guys. That's the first screen, it's really easy. Okay, this screen's a little funny. There's a couple ways to do this. One way, the safe way, is to just kind of go around. Okay, so you can control the broom, as we'll explain this while I'm here. So either left, right, and you do that by shooting, pushing the B button. Left, right, or you can go up. But you have to be careful, because once the broom makes contact with the ceiling or a wall, it goes away. So you gotta make sure that You're in the clear when that happens. And that'll become important the next round when we start doing the zips too. So you can either do that, so you just go up, make sure you have enough room, go right, and then fall through. The faster way to do it is to actually do something like that, and if you're quick enough, you actually don't take damage on the spikes. I'm not really sure how that works. Seems to be something with the broom. Like that. There's a pretty big window too. That's honestly the first time I've actually died since messing around with this. You might have to land like right on the edge too. I'm not really sure how it works. It's kind of dangerous, but again, it's one of those things that you can just kind of feel out. Just kind of do it by feel kind of thing. You know, race safety strat is just go around, take the couple second time loss and just go around it. But yeah, I like something like that. Okay. This screen's tough. I would say just kind of find your own way through here, whatever works best for you. Because you gotta come up and around. For me, it's just kind of like mash these guys down, get them out of the way. Don't want to leave your broom there though. Just get these guys out of the way. So those green guys that fly around, you can bypass them and they won't do anything, but once they come back around, then they'll start to harass you. If you're quick enough here, yeah, see, it's damage there. You want to try to save all your life if you can. It'll just make the rest of this round easier. The boss isn't terribly difficult, and it's got a fixed pattern, so it doesn't really matter too much. Okay, there we go. Alright. Oh, here I guess I can explain another cool mechanic of the game. Oh, okay. So you can't jump off the broom either once you're on it. So once you do that, if it's moving, it'll just fly in front of you. If it stands still, it'll just disappear. So that takes a little bit to get used to, because if you see an enemy coming at you, your first instinct is to, and you can't shoot it, your first instinct is to jump over it, and then your broom's gone, so. If that's the case, just take the hit. Alright, that's fine, we're gonna keep going. Okay, so here... So that's cool. Okay, so how this works is there's tutorials for this as well on speedrun.com, so I'll just briefly explain it. So once you hit your maximum falling velocity, if you pause the game, unpause, and then start holding A right away, do kind of like a mid-air double jump. So falling, I pause it, unpause, hold A, and you do kind of a double jump. That'll be useful in a couple of spots. Just makes this part quicker, otherwise you'd have to land here, go up, and then go through. You risk taking a couple of extra shots too. So here, if you just hit that falling velocity, unpause, hold A, jump right up there, and then you're good to go. Because if you do it too soon, I think because I fell through the transition, I can show you down here. If you do it too soon, it's not going to work. You have to be falling as fast as you possibly can be. That's pretty cool. This section's kind of tough. Again, this is kind of something you might just have to play around with and find your best way through it. For me, it's just something like that. I won't go too into that one. It's basically just platforming and shooting. Just find your best way through that section, whatever works for you, while trying to take the least amount of damage. Alright, and then the final stage of round 3, or 1, excuse me, 1-3, round 1-3, is this one here. Okay, so this is where we'll use the freeze. So if you hold the B button down, you can see when it's completely, it'll say go at the bottom, and you'll see it flashing there. So when you shoot it, it freezes enemies and also freezes other things. So you can see it freezes these flames, because you want to be like right here when you shoot your broom. You can see those flames do a lot of damage. And pretty much everything in this level's out to kill you, so you want to try to get through here with as much health as possible. You can do it with this amount of health, but it's pretty dangerous and it's definitely not race friendly. There's health pickups you can get from enemies and then laying around in some of the levels. There's also extra lives that you can pick up, which I'll show here too, but that's what I usually do here. I shouldn't say usually do, since I just learned it yesterday, but what I found that's best anyways. Oh, well there's the fire. That's the fire power-up. It's just, it uses some of your life. It's this full screen attack. It does a lot of damage. I think it's really only useful on the first boss, this one. You can get a quicker kill if you have enough health to do it anyways. But, well, that's what that looks like. The ball weapon does less damage, but it also bounces around the screen. Kind of like this. It's not really useful. You might find some use for it, but it's mainly used just on two of the bosses to kill them quicker. But anyways, bring out the freeze. It says you wait for this. Well, let me just reload the state so we can start over from the beginning. Just wait here. Make sure you get all three of them. The last one's gonna shoot your broom. Come up. Now you can damage boost through here, but I'm just kind of taking it slow. Shoot your broom at the top of this one, and then go, because then it'll set you up to just kill the rest of these guys without taking damage. Okay. Here you want to wait, kill that first thing that comes through, and then go. Here you gotta get up there, so again, finding the quickest way through there. Wherever you can leave your broom. Maybe just shoot one. I want to shoot a broom earlier here. That way you have it, because then you can just shoot it at the top. And I'm gonna take damage there too. I feel like a jump. There we go. That was a little better. That worked pretty well. Okay. So this screen, just kind of jump up, shoot a broom right away, and then just maneuver around that guy. You don't have to worry about that guy. This section's very difficult at first. So I'll show this one more time. Just do whatever you can to get around this guy. Usually just land, jump, and shoot a broom, and then just kind of do something like that. It's pretty easy. Okay, this section, though, is difficult. Probably the best way to do that is something like that. Because if you try to go fast, I mean, you can do something like this if you have the health for it and you're feeling confident about it. The safe way, though, is to just shoot a broom right away. Go right. Go right, up. Ah. Right, up, right. There we go, I avoided all damage. Okay. So this one, you want to just go to the right a little bit to fall right through. Or, if you wanted to, there's an extra life up here. Takes a little time to get, but in a race, depending on how you're feeling about the game overall, because there's no continues. Once you die, you're dead. You have to start over at the beginning. So, and especially if you're doing the boss skips, which will take 2 of your lives away, because it's basically a death warp. You might consider grabbing this, even though it takes a little bit of time. Okay. Okay, so this screen's just basic. Just kind of kill that guy, jump up and... See, but you gotta be careful about jumping and shooting at the same time. Okay. So that's 1-3. And then we come into one boss. Takes a little bit to load up. But it's the same pattern every time, so... If you have enough health, what you can do, you can start the fight off right with fire to hit him. Okay, and then switch to your normal and start charging. Okay, right away you want to jump down because that one comes through first, jump back up. This is the same pattern every time, so once you learn this once, then you're fine. Then you just jump back down here. He's gonna come up. You gotta get out of the way one more time. He's gonna come up right there. I think I just fucked myself with possible. Yeah, I did. Because you want to keep charging. Then just stand right under him and then just either mash him or keep doing charge shots is the quickest way to kill him. Then get out of the way. So that one comes through first. After that, jump down here. And then same thing. Oop, mistimed that. Yeah, this is really bad, but... let's see if we can just reload that, try it again, try to get him a little quicker. Alright, try this one more time. Actually, you know what, I'll show it without the fire. You know, you can play around with this as you will. Like, I haven't learned it completely myself, but I'll show it without the fire anyways. So to start the fight off, it doesn't really matter, but you can just jump up and do like a... you want to push start there too. If you're quick enough, you can jump up and hit him once there. I don't think it really matters though. But anyways, charge up. You'll learn this pattern once you do it a couple times. You don't want to be standing up on the top platform right away, because if you come through, then go up. Yeah, you gotta be careful, I guess, when you're shooting those charge shots up there, because I think when he shoots, it seems like he's invulnerable. That's the way that I did it. It's 3 cycles. Hit him with 1 charge shot and then just mash him down. It's 3 cycles, it's a lot slower than what it probably needs to be, but again, this is something that you guys can mess around with. Find the quickest way for yourself to kill him. Again, just memorize this pattern. Even if you don't remember it, like, it's not that hard to get out of the way. Those things move pretty slow. Okay, and that's the first boss. So that's an easy way to kill him in 3 cycles. I wonder if I used the fire, how quickly we could have killed him. Let's just check it out really quick, I guess, while we're here. We'll try it. We'll try to hit him with the fire right away, and then we'll see how long it takes to kill him. Doing the same thing, just 1 charge shot, and then mashing up. We'll see what kind of difference it makes. I think what you can do is you can mash the start button. You can't see it on my input display because it freezes it, but I'm mashing the start button right here. Just to make sure we get that pause in quick enough before he starts to get out of the way. Okay, definitely hit him, you can tell. Alright, so go down, up, back down. I think it goes across, and then it'll come on this left side one more time. Okay. Until he comes up. Okay, you can see when he was invulnerable there, so that's good to know. Nope. I forgot to get out of the way. Well, anyways, you guys can mess around with that. I don't want to take too much time here, but anyways, that is round 1 of the Krion Conquest. I will do round 2, round 3, round 4, and I'll do like a boss tutorial as well. Again, I am no expert by any means. I just learned this game, but I figured I could do like a learning tutorial. It'll be kind of different than what you usually see. Usually it's somebody who's well versed in the game doing the tutorials, but you know, this might make it easier for someone to learn right along with me too. And then once you learn these basic things, you can start doing your own things too. But anyways, I will get round 2 up and running, and I hope this helps. Thank you guys, can't wait to see you guys around.